Hi, this is Anne. I want to talk about Google Translate, the game changer in learning languages today. In one of my videos, I mention that I'm learning French and that I'm learning it with great courses. But I also mentioned Duolingo or whatever method you're learning, because there are so many ways to learn French today on YouTube. Marvelous opportunities. But if you tried to learn it long ago, I know I talk to people, well, I had it in college. Oh, I had it in high school. Oh, it's so hard. And I said, and they go, how are you doing it? I don't understand. What are you doing? And I go on and on. Well, I said, I am doing the great courses, but let me explain something about the great courses. It's not that easy. It's a college level class. And one of the things she does, like all college level classes, they go on very quickly. But the beauty of great courses, as I've said in my last video, was you can stop it. And when you stop it, guess what tutor is waiting to help you? Guess what? It's Google Translate. Fantastically, Google Translate is there to type in something, whatever it is, that the teacher has just said, and they will say it in French, speaking perfectly, and you can try and you can keep repeating it and then keep trying to get it correctly. But then you're there, okay, now I can go forward. And you could write it down. But Google Translate is the game changer for learning languages today. And I try to tell everybody, it's like having a tutor. I mean, somebody you can, I know we're all afraid of AI. Oh, AI, we have to embrace AI at this point, because embracing Google Translate is a game changer for learning French or any other language. Even, I keep talking about, I guess my hero for languages, Steve Kaufman, Lingo Steve. I really think he's amazing. He's 78 and he's right now learning Arabic and Persian. He's brilliant. But he's very humble. He goes, oh, I just have fun. But he mentions Google Translate. He says, oh, when I'm speaking to my Persian person or whoever he's talking to, he says, sometimes I'll type in what I want to say in English and then get the translation in Persian or Arabic. And then I say that to my tutor and see, it helps. And so there he is, a person who's learned 20 languages, hard languages. And there he is using Google Translate. And I use it every day, whenever I'm on. There are others. Like I have tried DeepL, and that's another one that's out there. But for me, it's good, and I have passed it on because in the beginning I thought, oh, this is a new one's even better. But it's not as good as Google Translate for me. It just kind of goes somewhere else. And I think the beauty of Google Translate, I think, is that they're always trying to make it better. I mean, that is the one thing you have to understand about people who work in AI. I mean, they're always trying to make everything better. And, it's always this thing, we're going to make it better, we're going to make it better. And there are ways to get around it. Matter of fact, I've talked to my tutor about it. I said, why is it every time I type in a sentence in Google Translate, it always goes to the informal? And he goes, yeah, I don't know why it does that. And then I went and I went on Google and asked that question. And they said, oh, all you have to do is put sir in your sentence, and it will go to the formal versus, so it's verse toi, which is the informal, versus vous, the formal. So so there it is. That's all you have to do. That's a little tip. But, you're going, why is it going informal? Because a lot of time when we're writing, it has to be formal. When I speak to my tutor or to my children, of course, it's going to be informal, toi. Or if I'm writing poetry, I will use toi, because especially if you're talking about love or something. So you're going to be informal. And so also, just this last week, I was able to write my first poem in French. I just basically said, well, I'm writing poetry all the time. So there it is. So it's a simple poem. And so I went on both of them. I went on DeepL and I went on Google Translate, and I went back and forth, and I was picking just the right words to really get what I was trying to say. And I wasn't sure, but then the words I chose, that's translating. It's a tricky business, and I said, well, I'm going to have to check with my teacher. So I did. I was waiting, and then he said, okay, we'll do it line by line. And I only had one mistake, and it was basically, the mistake was in English, there's the noun and the adjective placement. Sometimes it's in front, sometimes it's in back. It's inconsistent a bit in French. Yeah. So anyway, so that was my only little mistake, and so I was able to fix it. But other than that, he said, oh my God, this is good. Bravo. I said, oh, thank you. And yeah, so I was really happy about that, because I have been trying to translate. I've been trying, every time I meet somebody who speaks French, oh, would you like to translate my poetry? And they look at me like, hey, no. Yeah, I don't know French that well. But with Google Translate, there's a chance to really, even though I'm sure the scholars would say, no, don't use that, it's terrible. And they're probably right. But it's working for me. I'll just say it's easy French. Because when a person's first learning, it's easy French. You're not trying to be, there's great depth, but you don't have to be using all kinds of difficult phrasing to be deep. Depth comes from meaning. And so I think, I know every time I've read this poem, I just read it to two different people. That's very deep. Yes, well, poetry is a little deep. Not that I'm the best poet, but I do try. So, and you could actually, if you would like to see the poem, it is on my website under AnneVincentVallat.com. And there it is. It's the one, Nous sommes en l'hiver, which is basically we are in winter. And so, yeah. So I did it for Valentine's Day. So if you're curious to actually see that poem, it's there. Well, have a wonderful day. And remember what I said. Google Translate, the game changer for learning a language. For every language. It's amazing. So don't give up. Consider learning. It's not too late. And press the like button if you like this. And have a wonderful day. Bye.